Welcome to Letters to Louie with Abby Algiers. Welcome back, Abby.
Thank you, Sally.
We're rounding out this year's series of Letter to Louie.
Yeah.
And this letter that you found was written pretty early on to Louie Fry and his wife Patty, and kind of talking about what is happening as we start to age and keeping things, mobile, if you will.
Right.
So why don't we go ahead and read that, and
Okay.
then we can talk about it.
Perfect. Thanks. Dear Louie and Patty, we wish you well this coming new year. We wish you happiness and healing and patience and tolerance as we continue to fit into our increasingly non-functioning bodies. The warranties have long expired and retrofitting of the old is impossible. So we are left with model years 1926 to 1930, and at this time, it ain't good enough, but it's as good as it will be. I bought an auto in 2008, a Saab nonetheless, and it squeaks each morning as I back out of the garage. After a few hundred feet, it's quiet, responsive, and a joy to drive. I get up in the morning, squeak and stammer for a few hundred feet, but am not quiet, responsive, or a joy to be around. But I will make the best of the remainder. The drive to the south is looming as a greater deterrent to travel each and every month time passes. I believe we will wait until the roads are predictably clear, daylight is longer, and the warmth of March is present in the Mississippi. Gulfport is where my sister lives. I bought a cord of oak wood the other day and find the family room in the lower level, one time called the walkout basement, to be warm, sunny, and pleasant. Consequently, we are content to stay here until it warms in the south and the drive is more predictable. And so, have a tolerable, pleasant new year. Keep the faith and smile as much as possible. As bad as it might get, we have been blessed. Jim and Dorothy. Dear Dorothy and Jim, we appreciate your kind thoughts and the kind expression of them. Your having written of not going to Florida until after Christmas. Christmas is over on January 5th. When and where are you going? Leaving us behind to shiver and shudder and swear. But for our various disabilities, we here would be heading for Sanibel Island. The reply to assertions that we could still do that is that we would be doing it on so low a scale that it would be more painful than the cold. No walks on the beach, no bicycling out for the morning paper, no stroll to the bar. We learned that Dottie and Bob Troller are moving into an apartment on Capitol Square. It sounds to me to be absolutely wonderful. Let us know when you get there, Louie. Louie, well into the new year, and I feel a need to reconnect with you. Do hope you are doing well. Here, except for the cold and snow, all is well. I heard from Gene W. in Florida, and he's somewhat disappointed. Seems that being in the house is no different in Florida or Wisconsin if one is confined in either place. Was only out to plow 8 inches of light snow today. I find no thrill in doing that. I never enjoyed the winter, and my disdain for cold had only increased when I spent 9 months on the island of Attu in 1945 and 1946. That was a sorry day or time in my life, but at the age of 18 or 19, one has a duck's back and many things ran off. The one episode that has remained in my mind of those months was a tsunami that originated on the Aleutian chain, sent us up the mountains to the army town from the bay, and then waves ran to the Hawaiian Islands, where it killed 50 or 60 people. I had 8 friends in Dutch Harbor, and they all died when the wave rushed into the entrance harbor, swept up the channel, and rose to 100 feet, wiping out the Coast Guard compound and killing my friends. That and the discomfort of winter in the Bering Straits have left me with a disdain for cold and snow. So hang in there, Louie. If we're fortunate, the pipes will not freeze, and we will get to where we're going. Jim. P.S. Hi to Patty. I always wanted to be Irish. Sometime I will send you my story on We Buried Tommy. Buckley, that is. Dear Jim, do send it. I like stories, even when they are true.
So we are recording this on the winter solstice date of December 21st, and so this was very appropriate for the letter that he wrote. We, at this current year of 2023, are not experiencing the cold weather
Correct.
that he was speaking of, but very interesting for him to tie that into the physicality of our body when you start to age.
Exactly, and I want to note that it was 2009, December, that he first wrote that, and then 2010. And I like that he noted that he plowed the driveway, even though there was only 8 inches of snow.
Yeah.
You know, like in his mid-80s, he was
Right.
still plowing. So, yeah.
I mean, that's quite an incredible feat and inspiring for any of our viewers that are watching this or listening. Gives them the courage to, keep on going. And that's kind of what I take from this letter.
Right.
Someone else might take something else from it, but I'm very inspired by it.
Right, definitely. But don't shovel heavy snow. I feel like I have to do the testimonial to
Correct.
be careful with the heavy snow, but inspiring to keep going in the cold.
Yes,
nonetheless.
yes, absolutely. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you finding that letter, and I'm looking forward to the new year. And if there's anything you wanted to add to the end of this whole year?
No, I just think it's been a good round of letters, and I'm starting to put together some more Louie, Jim, so I'll try to get more of those in for next year to see a little conversation between the two.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And to our viewers, as always, thank you for watching.